Let me show you guys what we're going to be doing in today's class. I copied over the world religions module. It's going to be the first module in our class, mostly because there's going to be no assignments attached to these, because these were things that we looked into last quarter. But I'm going to keep them here so that you can use the information, because this assignment right here is the first assignment in this quarter. Okay, so all of these are just giving you information that you can use for the one pager, especially the readings and the gallery walk. Those two give you a lot of good information for the one pager that we're doing. So clicking on the religion one pager, just so you guys can see what we're doing. This will show you all the instructions for what you do for the one pager. I'm going to show you guys some examples. Grab them. Okay, so these are not one pagers on religion, but it's one pagers in general. So these are what one pagers are. I know it'll show backwards for you guys, but for the most part, a one pager, it'll have everything on one page. The most important information about what your topic is on this one page. It's got imagery to help you visualize the things that you're talking about. It's got colors to kind of bring you in to look at it. So here's one example. Here's another one. So you don't have to use like lines and like squares to like section your things off. This person put just bubbles around it. This person, nope, there we go. It is, there we go. This person doesn't have sections. They just have like, they have it alternating colors to alternate what different things they're talking about in theirs. One thing you'll notice about these is they have borders. This one just has a border of some words, which is fine. And you'll see about them is they are at least half colored, which is a requirement. So your one pagers, this is just examples of what one pagers look like. Your one pager is going to be about one of the 6 religions we've been talking about. So you can choose Christianity, Hinduism, Buddhism, Sikhism, Judaism, or Islam. So any one of those 6 religions, you choose which one you're gonna do, and you'll review again about that religion specifically to make sure you know all the things you wanna write about. And then looking off of this assignment, we're going to use 2 class periods to work on this basically, but there might be a little bit of extra work outside of the class periods that you need to work on it too. So these are all the things that you need to put into it. So you need to have hand-drawn images. So you need at least 1 image or picture per topic. And there's 4 topics, so you need at least 4 pictures that you draw in there. You need to have a poem or quote. So for example, if you choose Buddhism, then you can just do a quick type in the Google search bar, Buddhist or Buddhism quote or Buddhism poem. And then one will pop up and you just write that down. Okay, it's really simple. That one, that's the only part that requires a little bit of research, and it's only 2 minutes. Your border must relate to either your religion specifically or the religions in all. So you can do a border like this one. Their border was flags and some, here we go, like this one had important people on here, information about people. So you can do your border about like the important colors. You could do drawings or symbols about your religion around the border. You could do names. You could do important places. You could do important people. Just put like their names around the borders. Whatever you want to do, it just has to be about that religion. Okay. The next one that you need to have on your one pager, you need to have the information, basically telling the information about that religion that you need to have on there. And then at least half of it needs to be colored. All right, so these topics that must be covered, the 4 topics that you need to put on there. So first is what is important to religion, like what people, places, or texts are important to religion. Those are just examples. In all of these key topics, everything that is one of these bullets, these are just examples of what you could do. You don't have to do those specifically. There's other things you could talk about as well. You don't have to do these. These are just examples. Okay, so what's important to the religion? Key topic 2 is what are their beliefs? Like what do you have to do to be considered good? How do you get to the next or final life? Are there important steps that you have to follow? Things like that. Or like principles that like we believe in this and this and this. These are the 3 most important things that we believe, you know, things like that. Key topic number 3, who or what are their gods? So do they have 1, 2, or more gods? What are their names? What do they represent? You could talk about what did they do? Things like that. And key topic number 4, what pictures or physical items are important to them? So religious symbols or items that they hold or use in their religion. For example, for Sikhism religion, their turban is really important. And a sort of comb or brush that they use for their beard is also really important. So those are things that you could be drawing for key topic number 4, right? How well are you guys following me so far?
Good.
Good. Kylan is good. Summer, how do you feel so far?
Good.
Good. Let me know if you guys have any questions, okay? So some tips that I have, you're going to be just getting a blank piece of paper at home and you're going to be drawing, and to submit it, you're just going to take a picture of it and upload it, okay? So my tips are write small. You know, you can do the main words, like the, you know, bigger about each of the topics, and then the information smaller. And then if you're going to color anything, I would recommend use pencil to draw it first before you color it. Do you guys have coloring stuff at home that you'll be able to use? Do you need any from the school, or do you have all the coloring stuff that you need at home?
I have stuff. I have stuff too.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. And this last thing is just a step-by-step instructions, just a really easy way to make sure you get it all done. So I would recommend first to do a title, right? Wherever you want it on your paper, you can have it in the middle, you can have it at the top, you can have it at the bottom, you can have it off the side, you can do it landscape, you know, and have it there. So your title is basically the name of your religion. So draw it in a creative way, color it, you know. Second thing is create your border. So whatever you're going to use as your border, whether it's words or if it's pictures or things that are important to that topic, right? Whatever it is. Like Sikhism, they like gold. So you can do like the background of the border to be gold. So that would be, you know, an idea. So I have examples: religious people, text, symbols, colors, buildings, principles, anything. Like you can use information that they have right here. You can have names of like the religious people, like if they have prophets or priests or rabbis, who they have as their more important people, you can put their names on there. So create your border next. I would recommend not to make the border super huge. You know, this person, their border, this is World War I, so they put the barbed wire, you know, so all the way around. So, you know, you don't want your border too thick. Then I would, I didn't put that on here, but you could, if you wanted to create sections for each of these 4 key topics, you can draw just in boxes, kind of like how these are in boxes, or you can do like squiggly lines or bubbles like this person did. Okay, so design your different sections if you're going to have sections. And then write the information for the 4 key topics. So write, nice and big, the title of it. So, what's important to them, what's important to Christians, or what's important to Muslims, or what's important to Hindus, whatever your religion is. So that is the title of each of these 4 topics. So put that somewhere and then put the information, write the information on there. Hi, Johnny. I'll get with you in just a second, Johnny, to catch you up where we're at.
Bye.
Okay, and then after you write the 4 key topic information, you want to find a place to put the quote or poem. I would recommend that when you're sectioning it off, that you section apart for the quote or poem. And again, it's really simple. You just do a quick Google search for poem for this religion or quote for this religion, and then find one you like and write it down. And then when you're writing the 4 key topic information, make sure you leave room for the image. Okay, whatever, you have to have 1 image or picture that you draw for each of the 4 key topics. So 4 images total is the minimum. You could have more than that, but at least 4, that's the minimum. So make sure you leave room for those 4 images when you're writing. And then you could do the last of the designing features and coloring it. Again, half of it has to be colored. So I would recommend do everything in pencil first and then do all the coloring at the end, because the pencil is definitely the most important part, because that's the information that you need to have on there, and then you can color it later. So that's all the instructions. So you're going to use, in doing this, to get your information, you're going to use, you can use the readings, you can use the introduction videos, and you can use the gallery walk. So that's where you can get your information from in doing the 1-pager. Okay, that's where, especially the readings. The readings are really helpful, and the gallery walk. The readings are helpful because it'll say right on it what their beliefs are and like what their religious texts are. So like right here, symbols. These are their practices. Here's some beliefs. Here's an important person. Here's it, like if you're gonna do Islam, then you'd write Allah is God, and Allah means this. You can talk about that. Muhammad is the messenger. So that's what you would write for key topic number 2. 6 articles of faith. This is part of what they believe, right? Writing them down. And then also the second part of it has pictures and, symbols that are important to them, right? Here for this one, here's the prayer beads. So that's something that you can draw. Okay. This you could draw as well. So, that is really helpful. That's probably the most helpful thing, is looking at the readings. So you just would scroll to whichever one you choose. So the first thing you need to do before you get started is choose what religion you want to do. Once you have that chosen, you do the reading about it, or go get the information about that religion. And then you get started with the step-by-step instructions and get a paper out and start designing your 1-pager. So, Summer and Kylinda, any questions?
No.
Okay, so you guys are gonna stay on Zoom just so that if you have questions, you can ask me, but you can go ahead and get started on that. Just stay on Zoom for a while and let me know if you have any questions, okay? I will say one more thing before we go, just to let you guys know. For your guys's, and I'm going to show you guys my dashboard so that you guys can see. All of your classes that you have right now are up here. All of the Q1 classes will be gone as of, I think, Wednesday or Thursday this week, okay? So the link to join Zoom should be the same no matter what class you're using. And I haven't even finished setting up our World 2 for World History Q2 class yet. but clicking on it, once you click on it, you should be able to still use the same link for Zoom to get to the class. Okay. But that's just let you know, you'll only have access to Q1's classes until either Wednesday or Thursday. And then you'll only have Q2 access. Make sure that you add each of your classes so that you can see each of your Q2 classes, because basically we have to give you a new class for Q2. So, all right, Kylinda, Summer, you guys are free to go. Start working on your thing. Pipe in if you have a question, okay? All right, Johnny, let me tell you what we're doing today, okay? Tuesday will be due, and get most of it done throughout this week, okay?